go for the final time. We are green! Contact! A terrible crash!
We're in it. We're in it.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to race number 17 as we continue on the chase for the final Snickers Cup Series chase for the championship. We are live here tonight for some more restrictor-plate racing, if you want to call it that, but we're at a very interesting type track. This is Coca Cola Speedway here under the lights for nighttime racing. Now, a lot of people consider this a restrictor-plate track due to the high speeds that we end up reaching here, but very little, except for maybe the front and back straightaway, does this track rely on the draft. The turns in this particular racetrack are very, very unusual. A lot of times, a lot of drivers will slide up almost like 4 or 5 wide and normally don't have anybody in front of them to be able to help push through the corners, because at this particular track, the way that the gradients is of these turns, it makes it very, very difficult for drivers to be able to tandem together heading on to either the front or the back straightaway. But one thing about this track is that, with that being said, and not much opportunity for drafting partners, a lot of good runs happen out of turn number 4, and we've had a number of photo finishes here before. Most of the time, though, we race here in the daytime, but we're racing under the lights here tonight, and we're getting ready for what is going to, we hope, be an exciting finish. As I said, it's the chase to the chase. Now it's go time for these drivers that haven't found victory lane yet this season, or for these drivers that have found victory lane and want to confirm themselves a guaranteed spot in this season's final chase for the championship. Is on the front row, on the pole position, a guy who may have all but already locked himself up a spot in the chase. Two-time winner this season, Dylan Poteet, won 2 races early on this season, hasn't been to victory lane since, but Dylan Poteet also has been on a bit of a skid. A couple of weeks ago, he was up inside the top 5 in points. Last week after Kentucky, he lost 6 spots. He's now fallen to 15th in the point standings. So Dylan Poteet, he's gotten to victory lane twice. That's one thing that he can check off of his to-do list, but the other thing he's got to make sure he does is stays inside the top 30 in points, or else, 2 wins or not, he will not be contending for this season's Snickers Cup Series Championship. Alongside of him, another driver who now has been able to check the win off his to-do list. That was last week in Kentucky. Now he's got to remain in the top 35 in points, and that is Cody Lamas. His win last week moved him up to 23rd in the point standings, so he's got a task on his hands now to keep that consistency rolling so that he can try and make his very first Snickers Cup Series chase. And then another guy rolling off from 3rd, that's Richard Johnson, another guy who's been to victory lane, went to victory lane at Talladega SuperSpeedway, but Richard Johnson right now is not inside the top 30 in points. He's actually not even inside the top 35 in the standings. And alongside of him, Charles Jackson, 2 goals to try and complete here tonight. 1, get into the top 30 in points as he is 32nd in the standings, and 2, get back to victory lane for what would be the first time since Season 7. It's time to go racing, though, as we are getting ready for 28 laps here tonight at Coca Cola Speedway. Without further ado, we go down trackside as John Cittadino, 2-time Snickers Cup Series champion, gets ready to give us those most famous words in motorsports.
Are you ready, race fans? Drivers, start your engine!
Cars roll off pit road. We will show you your starting lineup for tonight's race here at Coca Cola Speedway. This track to me is very much like a worn out M&M SuperSpeedway. Both tracks are very similar, and with that being said, these drivers, you know, maybe they won't win tonight, but they're going to be able to keep in their memory bank all the stuff they learned here, and they'll be able to apply it a few races down the road, because think it's the next to last or the next to last race before the chase field's compiled. We're going to M&M SuperSpeedway. So these drivers, if they don't win here today, they may be able to tweak something of what they had happen in tonight's race and apply it to the M&M SuperSpeedway race and maybe go to victory lane there. But they'd love to be able to completely eliminate that situation and go to victory lane here tonight at M&M SuperSpeedway, and all 42 drivers in this field have an opportunity because, like I said, it's not, to me, really a restrictor plate track, but to others, it is basically considered a restrictor plate track. Maybe not with restrictor plate type rules, but with the speeds and everything, it is a restrictor plate track. So all 42 of these drivers are on level playing field. Really doesn't matter where you start, it's where you finish, and it could be somebody all the way back from the final row that could come up here and win this thing. Points coming into this race. Trent Dunham still holds the points lead. He just barely survived last week at Kentucky. He now has an 8-point advantage over his arch nemesis, Tim Walsh, so that should be interesting between those two. Joshua Michaels lost a spot in points. He's now fallen to third in the standings, 11 points out. Joshua Collard has moved his way back up into the top 5 in points. He's 4th, 16 back, and John Cittadino is now 5th. He's 18 points back behind the leaders. Rest of the top 10 coming into this race. Dougie Shears is 6th, 7th place Austin Mongold. Benjamin Miles 8th, Jacob Lawler 9th, and Anthony McCurry has now cracked the top 10, 39 points back. As a matter of fact, only 50 points separate the top 15 in standings. So, we could have some movers and shakers in the points here tonight, depending on who finishes where. But we're getting ready to go green. 28 laps await us here under the lights at Coca Cola Speedway. Dylan Poteet and Cody Lamas get us underway. We're racing here tonight at Coca Cola Speedway. We've got Trent Dunham diving low. Stephen Pollard, they're going to dive even lower. They're going to go 4 wide into turn 1 already. Richard Johnson, he ended up winning at Talladega SuperSpeedway, another restrictor plate track. He's going to rocket to the front, as now it's a 3-wide battle for second. Here comes Anthony McCurry to the bottom. He's going to try and take the second position. Here comes the 60, Austin Mongold, to the inside. He's looking for third place. That rookie's been on fire lately, dominating so far in the Rookie of the Year standings. Still green as they're going to slide into turn number 3. There's Joshua Collard. We talked about the strides he's been making in points. Same for McCurry. And it's Richard Johnson leading the way. A couple cars up and into the wall there. Silver Fox was in the wall. I think it was also Charles Jackson. And I think the other one might have been Lyndon Wright. And the caution flag is out. Yellow waving for the first time as they're slicing and dicing down the front straightaway. Now my question is, are they under caution before they get to the start-finish line, looking to see if the speed decreases? And it does. They are slowing down. Apparently they did not hit the stripe before the caution flag came out. So we are under caution. They will slow it down, wait for the pace car to pick them up, and will go under pacing speed. So Richard Johnson is going to be the leader under our first caution here on lap 1. Let's see what might have involved. John Cittadino involved in this one. Just recently in the top 10. Johnny Gardner collected as well. 14th in points now after a good run last week in Kentucky. Sean Henley, who's actually the defending winner of this race, he's involved. Oh, and more drivers now are on pit road. That's Benjamin Miles and Zach Buchanan. Zach Buchanan, the tag Hewer colors tonight. And there's Danny Wells collected as well. And Charles Jackson. We talked about how Jackson needed a good run tonight. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Danny Wells, our winner from Darlington. And it looks like the leaders are going to come to pit road. Everybody's coming in. The leader, Richard Johnson, will bring them down. And as I look in the point standings, a number of drivers running well in the points that are on pit road. John Cittadino 5th in points. Benjamin Miles 8th in the standings. Danny Wells 11th. And Johnny Gardner 14th. So like I said, there's going to be some movers and shakers in points. And it happened very early here in this one. See if they can get Richard Johnson out first. He's able to get around everybody. And oh, looks like Anthony McCurry might give him a run for his money. Nope, Richard Johnson, wait a minute. Well, about a car length, he's going to beat McCurry off. And then it'll be Austin Mongold coming out in 3rd. Lyndon Wright now 4th. Then it's Collard, Lamas, DJ Curtis, Tim Walsh, and Ryan Acosta. And I believe Trent Dunham's going to come out in the 10th position. So the yellow flag out for the first time tonight. Let's take a look and see what happened. Richard Johnson is the leader under caution. And after our first cycle of pit stops here on lap number 3. Well, there were a number of other drivers involved in this that we did not see on pit road. At least not in the teleportation way. This is where it starts. This was a battle for the 13th position between Pichu London and Charles Sanford, and London just gets into the left rear. Brandon Gonzalez absolutely nowhere to go, and then Dylan Young going to have absolutely nowhere to go as well, as the cars are going to go nowhere but up. And unfortunately, Dylan Young in that high groove. Now you watch as all these cars, now they've gone up. Where are they going to go now? They're going to go down. There's the pace car. Wait a minute. No, hold on. This was actually... Oh, wait a minute. They're telling me that this was actually under... Wait a minute. Was this under the pace lap when they were slowing down? William Duncan hits Brandon Gonzalez. Citadino gets clipped there. Zach Buchanan gets hit from behind by Charles Jackson. There's Danny Wells. Jacob Lawler turned around. Benjamin Miles. I'm wondering if maybe Citadino and Miles might have caught in the apron. Whoa, Kyle Matthews got rear-ended by Sean Galligan. I think we're looking at what happened after the caution came out, because you saw the pace car down there on the apron coming to pick these guys up. I think this was while they were slowing down for pacing laps. Michael Norman's got damaged now. He ran into the back of Levi McIntyre. Bob Jones, I believe, has got some damage after getting into Brandon Gonzalez. And there you see it. There you see right there. Jackson, Buchanan, Wells, Miles, and Citadino all caught on the little portion there where the racetrack and the apron meet. That caused their cars to be stuck, and that is going to cause them to be several laps down. I saw very little damage on Citadino, and there you see he's on pit road. So there's Johnny Gardner already on pit road. I wonder if it was the 10 that actually brought out our caution. Well, the caution came out when they came down for, I think it was lap number 2. Yeah, so it would have had to have been out of turn number 4 here. This is the incident that happens between Sean Henley and Johnny Gardner. But please tell me why this warrants a caution flag. There's the contact. They both go down the racetrack. Now, Johnny Gardner is actually going to use this to be able to come to pit road. Oh, does Henley hit the wall? There you go. That's the caution. Oh, my word. Sean Henley clobbered the pit wall. And that is why they warranted a caution flag. Holy cow. Let's see if we can get a better camera angle of that. That's another way that this track is very, very similar to NNSCRA SuperSpeedway, is they have that pit wall. This was off of turn 4. I don't know if Gardner got tight and got up into Henley, or if Henley got loose and came down across Gardner's nose. But whatever the case, watch the impact for Sean. It's not been an easy season so far for him. He moved up a couple spots to 34th in stands after last week. But look at this. Nowhere to go. And oh my goodness, that was head on. Not certain, but I think I saw a spark there in the front of that car. That engine might have actually literally exploded inside of the 57. Let's see if we can see it one more time. I'm pretty certain I saw a spark. Watch the front and tell me if you don't see a spark. I think I saw it. Yeah, right there. Right there. That might have been the exhaust pipes. But whatever the case, there was a spark there, and boy, that was some heavy-duty impact for Sean Henley. That's a tough break for him, as looks like the guy that ended up winning this race a year ago is more than likely going to be out of the race after tonight. That's a tough break there for Sean. Well, we're under caution for the first time tonight. You saw the follow-up wreck before this one, but this was what brought out the initial caution. Let's go back to green. So we're getting the signal that we will go green this next time by, as the cars will cycle into turn number 3. We do have lap machines. Zach Buchanan, Danny Wells, Charles Jackson, Johnny Gardner, and I believe John Citadino are all on the inside line. Also Benjamin Miles. Out of the race are the following: Brandon Gonzalez and Sean Henley. Surprisingly, only 2 drivers out of the race. Now, Jackson, Miles, and they're saying Sanford and McLeod are a lap down, but I don't see them. They may be out of the race too, actually. But Jackson and Miles, they are a lap down. Gardner, Buchanan, Wells, and Citadino are 2 laps down. So we get ready to go back to green. It's Johnson, McCrory, Mongold, Lyndon Wright, and last week's winner, Cody Lamas. As we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing here on lap number 6 of 28 here at Coca Cola. I'd like to say that we're going to go into a green flag run, but I said that last week at Kentucky, and what happened? Cautions, breeded cautions, breeded cautions. We had to wait until almost maybe with like 12 laps to go in that race before we ended up going green to the end. And what with this lap traffic up ahead for these drivers have to contend with, that may end up proving to be a little bit of a problem as well for these lead lap cars. The top four have now gotten single file. Richard Johnson, McCurry, Mongold, and Lyndon Wright. How would it be if Lyndon Wright won this thing? Lyndon Wright driving the Coca Cola Ford. This is, of course, Coca Cola Speedway. Right now, he's slicing and dicing his way up. He bypassed McCurry. He's now looking for second off of Austin Mongold. Curious to find out if James McLeod and Charles Samper are in this still or not. Did not see them when these cars came to take the restart. Boy, they're racing hard back here. This is a pretty roomy track. I think McLeod and Charles Samper have both retired from the race as well. I saw Trent Dunham and Tim Walsh come out of pit road, not too far from each other. Let's see where they're at. There's Tim, running the Jack Daniels colors on his Toyota tonight as he's 3 wide with the lap machine of Danny Wells and as well as Cold Alley. Johnny Gardner, the lap machine, now going to pit road. Not sure if he's going down there, maybe trying to work some strategy here in case this thing goes green to the end, or what? Wow. Tim Walsh got wicked loose through that corner, so did Cold Alley. They're going about 250 miles an hour right now. There's Kyle Matthews. Rear end damage, but still running. There's Trent. Right now scored in the 24th position. Ran his fastest lap that last time by. 41.276. And look right there as he gets loose behind his former teammate, John Cittadino. Whoa, cars on the wall. That's Dougie Shears, Tim Walsh, and Danny Wells. And I think that Ryan Acosta was loose as well. Trent Dunham trying to find a way to keep his points lead once again as Johnny Gardner returns to the racetrack. Richard Johnson continuing to lead here. Looks like we're settling in for a bit of a green flag run. Wow, 270 plus down the back straightaway there. These drivers are flying. And why? Because there's no restrictor plates on them here tonight. NNSCRA deeming this one of the non-restrictor plate races. That's why we're having the kind of racing that we're having. This is actually a lot better racing. They ended up doing this same setup for Talladega. And of course, we know what a bore fest that was. Very single file all race long. And it was like, okay, no passing and everything. It's kind of interesting, too. That race was won by Richard Johnson. And here we are at another non-restrictor plate type race. And look who's out in front. The 47 of Richard Johnson. Here comes Lyndon Wright, though. Lyndon Wright getting the run into 3, and now he'll try and exit off of 4 as the leader. It'll be a drag race to the line between himself and Richard Johnson. Who's going to get it? Looks like Richard, by a splitter on the high side, will lead that lap at least. There's DJ Curtis. Nice run for the 20 right now. Up in the 4th position. Just ran his fastest lap of 40.834. That is a fast lap, people. Right now he is 1 position ahead of his nemesis, if you will, Austin Mongold, the guy he's battling for Rookie of the Year honors with. Right now, Austin Mongold holds a huge lead over DJ Curtis in Rookie of the Honor standings, as he has been definitely dominating and finishing much better than DJ Curtis. DJ Curtis actually outside the top 35 in overall points. Austin Mongold, on the other hand, he's 7th in overall points. And they're the only 2 rookies in this series. Looks like DJ going to get freight trained on the high side. And McCurry going to help Richard Johnson. There's Stephen Pollard III. Nice run for the 06. He's been having a very struggling season too, just like DJ Curtis. Pollard's outside the top 35 in points, and he's had a number of DNFs this year too. Nice to see him running well as he's currently scored in the 6th position. James Silverfox right now running in 7th. That's another driver that's actually outside the top 35 in points. So I guess in one respect where I didn't see this as a restrictor plate track, we're seeing it kind of having restrictor plate track physics in the fact that the underdogs or the struggling drivers are having good runs here tonight. You could definitely see that in the form of DJ Curtis, Stephen Pollard III, and James Silverfox all up here inside the top 10. There's the British touring car number 6 Mercedes, Nathan Hudson, right now scored in the 8th position. Nathan Hudson flirting with that top 30 in points, 26th in points coming into this race tonight. Still trying to pick up his first win of the season. He has won a race every season since his rookie season back in season 8. James Qualls right now scored in 9th place. Qualls our winner from Sonoma, and James is actually kind of mired down in the mid-20s for most of this past couple of weeks. Right now 24th in points coming to this race. Just has to keep himself inside the top 30 to have that win at Sonoma make him eligible for the chase for the championship. Think about James Qualls too. James wants to make this chase this season because last season, if we had had no chase, overall points, it was James Qualls who would have been the champion. So he's looking for redemption here in the last Snickers Cup Series season. Rounding out the top 10, how about Levi McIntyre, the 99? Former Daytona 500 winner, was a 2-time winner last season, has not found victory lane yet this season. He moved up a couple spots in points to 28th in the standings last week, so he's now inside the top 30 in points, but now he needs that victory. Like I said, former Daytona 500 winner, so maybe he can get something done here tonight at a restrictor-plate track. And that was not the camera I meant to hit. There's Kyle Matthews. His teammate Cody Lamas went to victory lane last week. 2 wins for 2 different drivers out of Hendrick Daly Motorsports. Right now, Kyle Matthews in 11th, and look who's right behind him. Teammate Cole Daly and teammate Jacob Lawler. Hendrick Daly Motorsports right now looking good with the 24, 88, and 5. The only one missing from that is Cody Lamas, who we saw get the wall earlier, and he's dropped back a bit. Joshua Michaels, he dropped a spot to Tim Walsh in the points last week at Kentucky. Trying to get that back, as right now he's scored in the 14th position, still looking for that first win. And it looks like pit stops are going on here. Bob Jones, Jessica Shelton, and Seth Cole have all hit pit road. Ryan Acosta's in as well. Here comes Dylan Poteet, the pole sitter. And Dougie Shears is coming in. See if anybody else is hitting. Doesn't look like it. Cycle back to the leaders here because maybe one of them are going to come to pit road. Lyndon Wright, Richard Johnson. Nope, they're... Well, yes they are. They are coming to pit road. That's 1st, 2nd, 5th with Austin Mongold. So DJ Curtis, Anthony McCurry decide to stay out an extra lap. Levi McIntyre's coming in. There's Jacob Lawler, Sean Galligan. Looks like they're repairing the damage on the left side of Dougie Shears, so a slightly extended stay for the 21. Chris Dollerton, runner-up last week at Kentucky. He's coming down pit road now. As well as Benjamin Miles. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Benjamin Miles, that's William Duncan. My apologies. Pichu London also in. Comes Michael Norman to pit road. And now the leader comes in, DJ Curtis. Flanked by Anthony McCrory, James Silverfox, Nathan Hudson, Stephen Paul III. I would say everybody that hasn't pitted yet is going to be pitting this lap. Teammates Kyle Matthews and Cole Daly are in. Joshua Michaels, the lap cars of John Citadino and Benjamin Miles. There's Austin LaPlante in. But Charles Jackson stay out an extra lap. Cody Lamas is 28th. I think he already pitted. I think same for Washer and Collard. I think they've already pitted. Not certain who would come out as the leader. Might be Lyndon Wright. He was 10th last time by, but DJ Curtis and others have already pitted from 1st on down through 9th. So the lead may cycle back around to Lyndon Wright in the 81. And it looks like, amazingly enough, at a track where I thought we would be caution-filled, they're going green flag racing quite a bit here, as opposed to last week when I thought it was going to be clean and green all the way, and we had a number of wrecks to start off that race. Lyndon Wright's already passed McCrory, and now he's about to catch DJ Curtis, and now he's going to pass him, so it will cycle Lyndon Wright back around to the lead. He's going to put Dougie Shears down a lap. Shears had an extended stay on pit road to repair some damage on the left side of his machine, not certain where the origin of that was. Michael Norman, who we know was caught up in that stack-up when they were slowing down for pacing. He's slightly off the pace, and Lyndon Wright going to dive to the inside and make short work of him. Looks like Dougie Shears is up to speed, and Lyndon Wright may find himself a little bit of a drafting partner here to try and keep him away from DJ Curtis. So I believe that the field has cycled around after this round of green flag pit stops. So let's give you a full field rundown. Lyndon Wright is the current leader. DJ Curtis is going to be second. Third place for Anthony McCrory. Austin Mongold's in fourth, and Richard Johnson now rides in fifth. Sixth place is Nathan Hudson. Seventh is now under contest. Stephen Powell III will take that away from James Silverfox, move him back to eighth. Ninth place now James Qualls. Levi McIntyre completes the top 10. Then it's going to be 11th place Kyle Matthews, as Ryan Acosta's fallen off the lead lap. Jacob Lawler runs in 12th. 13th place, that's Sean Galligan. 14th is going to be Joshua Michaels. He just took that spot away from now 15th place Austin LaPlante. Tim Walsh is running in 16th. 17th is Cole Daly. 18th place will be Chris Washer. 19th, last week's winner Cody Lamas. This is a battle, I think, for the 20th position. Going on between Bob Jones, Trent Dunham, Joshua Collard, Seth Cole, and Jessica Shelton, who are 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Chris Dollerton is in 25th. Dylan Poteet went all the way from the pole back to 26th. William Duncan's still on the lead lap in 27th place. And then the next car would be the leader, Lyndon Wright. So drivers that have fallen off the lead lap now. Dougie Shears is lap down 28th. Dylan Young a lap down in 29th. Michael Norman 30th. And it's Ryan Acosta, Benjamin Miles, Charles Jackson. Those drivers are all a lap down. Johnny Gardner, John Cittadino, Zach Buchanan, they are 2 laps down. And then Danny Wells and Peter London are 3 laps down in 37th and 38th. And we have, as I said, a total of 4 drivers out of the race. Charles Sanford, James McLeod, Brandon Gonzalez, and Sean Henley. So there's your full field rundown as we are getting close to the end of this race. 2 drivers trying to work together there. That is Zach Buchanan. I believe that's William Duncan, who's now going to go a lap down. And DJ Curtis is trying to catch Lyndon Wright here, as it's a total of 7 to go when they hit the stripe that last time by. So Lyndon Wright is going to have some company, and it looks like DJ Curtis has clocked the slipstream of the 81. So it looks like it could come down between Lyndon Wright, winner at the Glen last season, against rookie DJ Curtis out of Gibbs Waltrip Mayonnaise Racing. Question is, who is going to get to the stripe first? And is DJ going to need some drafting buddy to be able to get by Lyndon Wright, or can he do it all on his own? But the Dougie Shears machine isn't too far back. He might be able to catch up to these guys and become an aid to one of these 2 drivers. Richard Johnson's now moved his way up into the 3rd place, getting by Anthony McCrory and Austin Mongold, but I don't know if these guys are going to have enough time to catch. They got to still get by Zach Buchanan. They got to get by William Duncan. They're trying it here. Then they got to get by Dougie Shears. Looks like they're all 3 going to clear the now lap traffic, but I'm not sure they're going to catch in time. They might. Dougie Shears, make that Richard Johnson was 3.3 seconds back the last lap. Let's see if they closed up any distance. And this time by it is 3.2. They only closed it down by about a 10th. But there's 5 laps to go. That's precious little time to make up that much ground. So it looks like it is going to be Lyndon Wright versus DJ Curtis unless something drastic happens here. Got another car up ahead. That is Chris Dollerton. He's the last car on the lead lap, currently in 24th. He was involved in that stack up under our first caution, and looks like he may fall off the lead lap here. Lyndon Wright going to dive to the inside. He'll clear him. DJ Curtis might try using the 33 as a pick. Next up is the pole sitter, Dylan Poteet. Boy, the wheels just fell off Dylan Poteet's train tonight. Started right on the front row. And it looks like he will be going a lap down here before this race is over, unless something drastic happens. Here's an interesting thing, too. Dylan Poteet races online with both these drivers, Lyndon Wright and DJ Curtis. Where's his allegiance going to go in this, or is he just going to move out of the way and say, boys, have at it? I'm stepping out of this, not going to be a factor. Noticing, too, Lyndon Wright's running a slightly lower groove than DJ Curtis is through the corners. DJ running about a half groove higher. Now they're both going to catch Dylan Poteet. Let's see if Poteet's going to be courteous and give them the inside line. Not like he'll have much of a choice here, as Lyndon Wright's going to force his way in there, and he'll put Dylan Poteet a lap down now. DJ Curtis going to slide by as well. So DJ kind of letting Lyndon Wright do all the hard work. Let Lyndon open the door, and then DJ slips on through. But DJ's not been able to mount a charge yet on Lyndon Wright. He's just basically been following wherever Lyndon goes. And time is running short for the 20 car. There he goes again, moving up to that higher groove, about a half higher groove than Lyndon Wright. It doesn't seem to really improve his exit any, though. Still remains status quo pretty much between himself and Lyndon Wright, as it's a total of 2 more laps to go. And I'm looking to see about third place on back. They actually lost ground that time. I think they're racing amongst themselves rather than trying to catch these two. So it's going to be Lyndon Wright and DJ Curtis to sell this thing out. Another slower car ahead. That's going to be Charles Jackson. This could be good for DJ Curtis because Curtis is Jackson's teammate. Will Jackson try and help his teammate in the 20? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to be much of a factor, much slower than these two. They're both going to clear the 54. Now DJ going to try a lower groove. He tried the high side a number of times. Now he's going to go low. He's gotten to the left rear. DJ Curtis going for the lead here at Coca-Cola. Coming down to the line. It's going to be Lyndon Wright leading this one, but the white flag's in the air and DJ has the low ground. Curtis was running the high groove for a number of laps. This time he dove it into turn number 3, and now he's going to try and clear Lyndon Wright off the corner. Looks like he's going to succeed. Is he going to be able to pull up in front of him? He is. Now what's Lyndon Wright going to do? Lyndon Wright's the one that's got to make the move now. He tucks right up on the back bumper of DJ Curtis. Will he make a move here into 3? He's got to. DJ's going to try and protect the bottom. Here we go. Doesn't look like any lap traffic will be a factor. Here comes Lyndon, looking low. DJ trying to give him no room, but it looks like Lyndon's going to be able to force his way there. He's going to try it. Can he get the side draft coming to the line? It's DJ. Lyndon, outside line prevails. DJ Curtis is going to pick up his first career Snickers Cup Series victory here tonight at Coca Cola Speedway. First rookie to win this season. Wow, great show by both of those drivers. And it comes out to be DJ Curtis capturing the victory in only his 17th Snickers Cup Series start. That'll be the second win of the season for the Gibbs Waltrip Mayonnaise Racing Team. His teammate Tim Walsh going to victory lane earlier on this season. And for DJ, this not only is going to be good for him in the respect that he finally made it to victory lane in his rookie season, but talking about rookie, this is going to help him in the rookie of the year standings as well. Now his nemesis in that battle, Austin Mongold, managed to finish in 4th, but if you're a rookie and you win, you get 5 extra bonus points towards your rookie standings. So that could help DJ Curtis big time to close up the gap that Mongold has steadily been growing against him week after week. And for the first time in a long time, DJ Curtis wins rookie of the race as well. But what a great race there. 2 cars at the end, but they put on quite a show for the fans. DJ Curtis wins. Lyndon Wright almost got the Coca-Cola car to victory lane at Coca Cola Speedway, but he'll have to settle for 2nd place. 3rd place is going to be Richard Johnson. Strong run for him. Austin Mongold still continues on his consistency in his rookie season. 4th, Anthony McCurry in 5th. So McCurry, who actually just last week moved himself into the top 10 in points, another solid outing for the 61 Audi team. Stephen Pollard III, great run for him. Well-needed run as he gets 6th. 7th for Nathan Hudson. How about James Silverfox? A great run for him in 8th. 9th place is going to be Levi McIntyre, and completing the top 10, that'll be Kyle Matthews, another driver that's been on a good run. Moved up to 13th in points, up 4 spots after last week's race in Kentucky. He'll move up even more in the standings after tonight's race. Gotta feel good for a number of drivers that needed good runs like this, including DJ Curtis, Richard Johnson, Stephen Pollard III, and James Silverfox, getting solid top 10 runs here tonight. But how about the points lead? What's going to go on as far as that? Where did Trent finish this race? He finished it in the 20th position. And Tim Walsh, where did Tim finish? Let's see. I'm trying to find the 15. I don't see it. Where in the world did he go? Where did that 15 car go? Wow, he finished a lap down in 32nd. I didn't even see him get lapped. So Tim Walsh going to finish 32nd place. Joshua Michaels, who came in 11 points out, finished a couple of spots ahead of Trent in 16th. So he closed up to about maybe 7 points on Trent Dunham, and Joshua Collard was nowhere to be seen. He finished just barely on the tail end of the lead lap in 22nd place. And of course, John Cittadino finished several laps down today. So Trent Dunham, once again, he doesn't get a real solid run, but he gets enough of a run to keep the points lead for one more week. So Trent Dunham will still be the points leader heading into next week's race. Top 5, top 10 could shuffle around quite a bit, though, with the drivers that got good runs and the drivers that didn't do so well here tonight. But anyway, congratulations to DJ Curtis, first rookie winner of the season. Mongold's been the most consistent, but it's DJ who finds victory lane first this season as a rookie. So great win for him. Congrats to that 20 team. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race here from Coca Cola Speedway. I'm absolutely shocked that we went clean and green after only one caution flag here tonight. So that was actually quite good and made for some great green flag racing and a pretty awesome finish as well. 6/100ths of a second, the margin of victory for DJ over Lyndon right here tonight. If you enjoyed tonight's race from Coca Cola, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the crew today. We'll now show you your full finish results from tonight's event, as well as your rookie points, which are going to be awfully close after DJ's win, and your overall points heading into next week. We continue on to the next round of the chase for the chase here in the Snickers Cup Series, as you've been watching a production of NNSCRA, offline racing at its best. Good night from Coca Cola. Hey, thanks for watching another video here on the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. If you enjoyed the content you just saw, be sure to give this video a like. If you want to join the crew today, be sure to hit up that subscribe button. And if you want to know what's going on in the world of NNSCRA for news and updates, check out the Facebook and Twitter links down below me. Once again, thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you guys next time. I'm out.